shortly for beginning this NASCAR officially licensed souvenir sponsorship of our racing this evening. And I wanted to bring to your attention that the campaigners, all receiving the Stars and Stripes to do the honors of our national anthem, are current point leaders in their divisions respectively. Charlie Cragen and the Gatling's late models. Now you see Brian Audie's 75 and the 72 of my 10 here. They are tied in points in the Stony's Light Street Stocks. Sean Beans leading in the Pure Stocks, and of course Rapid Robert Arsenberger in the Pepsi Pro Stocks. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you could please stand for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you, and we're ready to go racing. NASCAR officially licensed souvenir presentation of our 4-division program of the Gatling's late model. Dave Wade, good to see Dave back with us this evening, and he'll take the green flag for his first lap in time trials. Wade works through turns 1 and 2 down under the yellow line in his first lap effort. Dave Wade has had some engine problems this season, and I don't know if they have the backup engine in this automobile or not. We'll find out in his first lap. First lap comes in at 17:88 for Dave Wade. Tough to say, depending on the track conditions, but once you get into the neighborhood of 17.4, 17.3, you're really looking at trying to secure a top 5 spot. Let's see if he picks it up second time around. He picks it up by a few hundredths of a second, 17.76. Second lap's a better one for Wade. Here he comes now from Glen Campbell, Pennsylvania, the first time in competition at the MOTORDROME Speedway since June 30th. No real practice for the driver, but he's on the clock. And the best running code 00, Mr. Steve Pelez. Pelez joining the competition back at MOTORDROME. Let's see what he gets on his first lap. 18:38, a bit off for Steve. I do detect what sounds like some missing in that automobile. It sounds like the engine might be missing. He already has a win this season, and the second lap time rubs off, I guess, with the motor problems. We turn our attention to turns 3 and 4. The Jim Dolan Chevrolet Henschel & Sons Automotive Warehouse 19 Camaro-bodied A1 engineering chassis for Connersville, Pennsylvania's Rick Miller. Miller takes the green for his first lap. If you haven't been with us each and every week when we run the scheduled 50 lappers and time trial then, Rick has been one of the consistent top timers, so we'll be looking for a fast time from the driver from Connersville. The first lap comes in at, it's a good one. It's 17:39 for Miller, breaking that magic 100-mile-an-hour mark, getting very close to it on an average speed. Let's see if Rick's able to pick it up on his second lap. The checkered draws by starter Ron Bruck. It comes in faster at 17:32, so Miller sets an early mark at 17:32. On the racing surface from Doylestown, Ohio, it's the Iceman, Tim Ice, and the Weaver Oil Fast Racing Engine Camaro-bodied Howell chassis machine. Tim Ice has had all kinds of problems in the defending track series he has up in the Toledo, Eastern Michigan area, known as the Iceman Series, and his first lap comes in at 17:53, a respectable time for Tim Ice. Tim has had a tough time in the first 3 Iceman Series races out of the 10 races run, but last Sunday he won at Toledo Speedway, so he's put himself in the 5th position in the Series he defends. And it's good to see him back here with us at Motordrome. Identical time, talk about consistency, the Iceman has it at 17.53. Coming up to speed in turns 1 and 2, the gentleman that won the 100-lap Invitational last year. He's been tough to contend with. He broke the string that Cragen had early in the season in feature wins. He's from Pinckney, Michigan. It's Jerry the Bear McCara in the Dream Racing Enterprises number 30 Camaro body automobile. First lap time comes in at 17.50 for the Bear. Long-time campaigner on the pavement in the Midwest, and some 17.46. Setting the mark for everyone early in qualification. Here's the driver that picked up a second career win on the pavement last Saturday night at the Jennerstown Speedway from Mars, Pennsylvania. It's Chuck Kennedy in the Beam Automotive Service Snap-on Tools 24. This is one of the strongest running Hall chassis cars on the pavement in Western Pennsylvania in the 92 season. Keep your eyes on them. 1783, no longer a dark horse. Kennedy has asserted himself into a position of being one of the top campaigners with many top 5 finishes so far in the 92 season. Let's see if the Mars, Pennsylvania pilot picks up on this second lap. 1781, a bit quicker for Kennedy as we continue. Coming across the corner of the green, the gentleman who thought he had a career, I should say, second win last Friday, only to have a heartbreaking situation, not passing post-race inspection. Out there campaigning his Camaro body automobile tonight. The Hunts transmission machine for Bobby Henry. This car is for sale. Bobby does have this automobile for sale. First lap's a good one at 17.52 for Henry out of Connersville, Pennsylvania. The very successful limited late model campaigner on the dirt in his 3rd season on the pavement. Henry exits out of turn 4, and the second lap time comes in now. 17.56, very consistent, but it remains Rick Miller on the point position with the fast time so far. Into turns 1 and 2 in the Wiedendorf Electric. Storystown on a record 74.5. It's Barry Oddie from Jenners, Pennsylvania, taking the green on his first lap. Oddie with the aluminum body Port City chassis machine exits out of 4, and the first lap comes in at 17.64 for Oddie. Let's see if he can pick up on it. There, a long time on the pavement at the Jennerstown Speedway. A dominant factor in the first 2 years on the pavement at Jennerstown, and now beginning to find himself picking up the pace in the 92 season. 17.80, his second lap time a bit slower. All right, here's the gentleman who owns the fast time so far in the 92 season at Motordrome with 17.083. He's got the break, 17.32, and looking at a fast time. He's out of Hopewell, Pennsylvania, the Twin County Chevrolet dealers, 42. It's the driver, they call the charging one, Charlie Cragen. Let's see what Cragen does with it. He's currently leading the NASCAR Winston Racing Series Northeast Region points. First lap. 17.24, he breaks Miller's mark, and Charlie Cragen now becomes the fastest car on the track right now. Let's see if he can pick up on it. 17.24 for the Doc Scanlon owned 42 machine. Cragen wheels it around for the second. 17.18 race fans, he lowers it once again. So Cragen once again sets a mark for everyone to fight for in the Scanlon Clinic 42, and a gentleman with long history of pavement experience, certainly capable of taking a run at that in a Martinelli Service 63. Bob Cibolo, the bearded one from Massillon, Ohio. If you haven't been with us so far this year, this was the car campaign by Bob Waring Sr. last year. Cibolo taking over the ride, getting a late start in the season, but he's had many top 5 finishes. 17.49, the first lap in this Melka-powered WRC chassis Camaro-bodied automobile. The pavement veteran wheels it out of turn 4 to pick up the checker. Second lap comes in at 17.47, a bit quicker. So Bob Rick Chalk on the racing surface, and the Butch Schaefer owns 74. 2 weeks weeks ago, they debuted this brand new ride. First lap comes in, a good, respectable time here for Jock at 17.57. Rick, a graduate of the Stunnings Light Street Stock. This car early in the season was number 96, a different automobile campaign by Marion Reno. Now Rick Jock taking over the driver's scores. Hey, how about this one? 17.49. So Rick Jock finding the handle and a Gatling's late model machine with a very good time. Out of Wheeling, West Virginia, the shoestring budgeted driver in the Subway, number 22. It's Gary Gilner. Incidentally, Rick Jock's time was fifth fastest. Gilner down the back straight with the fast racing engine powered Hal chassis automobile. Gary has seen victory lane in years past and knows what it's like to push the automobile. 18.05, first lap off the mark for Gilner. Looks like he may be pushing a bit. Wheeling, West Virginia driver who has had an up and down season and some heartbreaking situations. It's great to see his determination to continue the campaign after rebuilding the automobile a couple of times. 18.11, Vince Fleur, second lap time, so the crew of the 22 have a little bit of Homework City chassis machine, 360 cubic inch Chrysler engine under the hood for Lonnie Vaughn. And this is a concept motor for Lonnie Vaughn. 18.11, identical to the 22 of Gilner's second lap time. Vaughn with an 18.11. We'll see if he can pick up on it. This is his year. The early in the season at MOTORDROME while he ran his home built chassis car, and then getting this one about a month ago. 18 flat, the second lap time. After missing 2 weeks of racing action, it's great to see the flying coal miner from Blairsville, Pennsylvania, back on the racing surface. In the Monster Shoes, KFC, Vailtech number 30, it's Rick Boyer down the back straightaway. Rick has the pace setter powered Port City chassis machine hooked up to the pavement. Let's see what he does with it out of turn 4. Remember, 17.18 by Cragen's fast time. 17.59, a good time for Rick. Let's see if he'll be able to improve on that effort. 17.18, Cragen is fastest. 17.32 of Rick Miller is second fastest. Coming down on the starter one, but checker flag, second lap time comes in at 17.49. So, Rick Boyer, I believe, ties himself with Rick Jock for the fifth fastest time. As the man from Bell Vernon, Pennsylvania, in the Cobra Energy Resources, Marina 36 takes to the racing surface. Under the clock, it's Tiger Tom Erickson down the back straightaway. This is a new ride for Tom in the 92 season. Last year, if you haven't been with us so far this season, was driving for Jerry Martino. That ride has folded. 17.87, the first lap time for Tom. Tom has been in a number of top 5 spots, but remains winless in the NASCAR Winston Racing Series feature event racing action so far. 17.90, the second lap time on this car. Here's a gentleman who owns just about every fast time at Jennerstown. Let's see what he can do tonight in challenging the 42 of Sergeant Charlie Cragen. The American title just 32. The Orange Bronson Special Machine, it's Glenn Galt from Hubbard, Ohio. Galt down the back straight in that Buick body Port City chassis machine. Remember, race fans, 17.18 is the fast time so far. Let's see what Galt does on the first lap. 17.39, a good time for Galt. Let's see if he can pick up on it. He has a shot right now. Rick Miller at second fastest is 17.32. With a few ticks quicker, Galt will be able to take over second fastest. Will he improve more and challenge Craig in the second lap comes in at 17.48 slower the second lap. So Glenn's first lap will count in his efforts. Oh, look out, out of 4, Snooky Williams, out of Latrobe, and the Bill's Auto Service, Castrol, GTX number 6, almost losing a handle out of 4 as he goes under the green. And no doubt this will be a slow lap because he had to accelerate to pick up the green flag under the flag stand. So we'll watch his second lap time. The car looks like he's having problems with the back end staying in play. 18.37, not indicative of what the driver from Latrobe's capable of doing, although this Howe chassis machine seems to be a bit squirrely through the turns. Snooky Williams, a driver who's come alive in the last couple seasons on the pavement after running near the back of the pack in years past. 18.08, he picks up on it the second time around. In the Champion Markets for Thunderbird Body, Port City Chassis Machine from Champion, Pennsylvania, it's Danny White to pick up the green for his first of 2 laps under the electric eye. White takes the low line through turns 1 and 2. A Ford-powered automobile. Ford Motor Company enthusiast, True Blue is Danny White. For you Ford fans out there, wouldn't run anything other than a Ford-bodied and powered machine. First lap comes in at 17:91 for White. Down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Danny White looking to improve on 17.91 as he exits out of 4 under the flag stand. The time is 17:76. He picks up on it. And Danny White registers, I believe, as the last automobile under time trials. I believe that's Walt tonight behind, and he starts in the scratch position. Here we go. Out of turn 4, the green comes out. We're up to speed and racing. On the front fairway, Greg Best on the point position. To the outside is Wilcox, and they make a bid for the lead down the back straightaway. Wilcox with the whip turned up, takes over the point position. Here comes Bill Kraus. Kraus works the outside of the 11 of Vasco and moves into the bridesmaid spot, exiting out of turn 4. Brad Cole looking for racing. Two automobiles cannot make the move. Remains behind the back bumper. Automobile of Vasco down the back straightaway. Here comes, oh my, look at this in turn 3. Cole trying to make room where there may not be any. And he muscles to the low side of Vasco's automobile as we have a battle for the lead. Into turns 1 and 2. Here comes Wilcott. Wilcott hangs on to it with the 25 across directly behind him. Brad Cole has moved to the 3rd place position, sets his sights on the 10 of Wilcott and 25 of Kraus. They continue side by side, drag racing down the front. Gary Wilcott working the high line, down lows at 25 of Kraus. Kraus trying to play the salesman as they work down the back straight. It becomes a cat and mouse game. Can Brad Cole have the opportunity to go together? Looks like he's doing it through the turn on the 2 lead automobiles. It's up high. It is Wilcott. Now he's got the side down low into the apex of the turn. And he holds off the efforts of the base sprinting 25 of Bill Kraus. Kraus now tries to go up as Wilcott gets squarely. Here comes Kraus. He dives to the low side, playing the salesman, knocks on the door. But Wilcott denies him the opportunity. Lap traffic in front of the leader. What's going to happen? The traffic pulls to the low side, and here comes Wilcott working around. While that goes on, it gives the opportunity for Cole to close in on this battle for the lead. They work down the back straight. Brad Cole in 3rd place position has thrown out the fishing wire, hooked the back bumper of the 25 across, and begins to reel it in down the front straightaway. Into turns 1 and 2. Barry Wilcott on the point position. The former Barry Audi late model ride. Wilcott purchasing over the winner. Gary, a graduate from the Stony's Lake Street Stocks into the Pepsi Pro Stocks for the 92 season, fades up high. Very close to the outside retaining wall, hangs on to it. Time is running out in this 10-lap event for the Pepsi Pro Stocks. Bill Kraus looking for racing race inside the low side of Wilcott's car in this qualifying heat, and it now allows Cole to close right up to the back cover of these 2 automobiles. This time around, starter Ron Brett shows 2 laps to go. 4-year lead automobile, Wilcott. They go into turns 1 and 2. Here comes Kraus to the low side. Wilcott denies him the opportunity. Brad Cole hooked up on the outside of the racing surface. Into turns 3 and 4. Kraus tries the low side, Wilcott. Wilcott denies him the opportunity. Fades up high, the white flag unfolds. 1 lap remaining. They go into turns 1 and 2. Brad Cole trying to make the move to the outside of Kraus. 3 cars slow, blanket over for the lead. It's a drag race down the back straightaway. Here comes Kraus to the low side of Wilcott. Cole trying to make the move on the outside. Can't do it. He cuts down low. We're going 3 wide for the lead. Look at this one down the front straightaway for racing. And it's Bill Kraus. Kraus takes the win, flying in formation. Oh my. Wonder what that second place is. Brad, how many driver? I'll try to see if we've got them registered. I have a register of Ron McCarthy under that number, so we're assuming that's Ron McCarthy unless someone else tells me different. Here we go, up to speed. A sandwich club openers and running it out the mid-8 table. And it's up. In side-by-side racing for the second place position. Bob Arsenberger wasting no time going to the point position between 2 automobiles. He dives the low side to get past. Pat denies him the opportunity, almost gets crossed up. Arsenberger hangs right onto his back bumper. Down the front straightaway. Looking for Racer. Down to the low side on Pat. Pat closes the door on him. Stays up high out of turn 2. Here comes Arsenberger down low. Oh, you couldn't put a sheet of notebook paper between those two automobiles as they battle for the lead. Here comes the 50 upon Console. Console tries the outside of Arsenberger. Arsenberger down low on Pat. Pat opens up that groove. The Rapid Robert. They drag race into turns 1 and 2. And Rapid Robert Arsenberger takes over the point position. Bob Console now tries the low side. Here comes Jeff Dunbar. Dunbar to the low side in third place position as they work into turns 3 and 4. It's Bob Arsenberger on the point. His hands full as he's got Bob Console in third behind. And the Berlin Oil 07 machine of Jeff Dunbar, the Somerset, Pennsylvania pilot, closing with the back bumper of that automobile. 3 laps down in this 10-lap qualifying event for the Pepsi Pro Stock. Console stays glued to the back bumper of Arsenberger's automobile, and Dunbar watches the action unfold in front of him. Exiting out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Bob Console looking for racer, cannot find the groove on Arsenberger's automobile. Console brings the Oldsmobile right up to the back bumper of Ford Thunderbird. Arsenberger cannot make that move. Fades a bit. Drops his position. And Jeff Dunbar now tries to set up for a pass. Dunbar looks high, now he looks low on Console's automobile down the back straight. It's a battle for the bridesmaid spot. Dunbar tries to play the salesman, but Console denies the opportunity and closes the door. Into turn 1 and 2, we continue with our lead battle. Jack Hauser, a lapped automobile, hasn't raced since back in the mid-70s on the dirt here at MOTORDROME. In the Transcare, 33 touch for the low side as 3 top runners come by the outside of that racing machine. They work into turn 1 and 2. Bounce back, Console tries the low side on Arsenberger's automobile. Rapid Robert fades up high. Here comes Console down low. Console trying to establish that low side groove on Bob Arsenberger. Now Jeff Dunbar comes into the fray. It looks like he's trying to choose a line down the front street. 2 laps remaining. As they go into turns 1 and 2. Time is running out for Console and Dunbar as they continue to haunt each other's back bumpers and the back bumper of 26 at all Arsenberger. Into turns 3 and 4. Bob Console looking for racer on the left side. Jeff Dunbar to the outside of the racing service. Trying to make a move. The white flags unfolded. 1 lap remaining. They go into turns 1 and 2. The little groove now down low is Arsenberger. Dunbar tries up high. Cannot establish that outside groove. Boss back Console looks for the low side Arsenberger's machine. He knocks on the door. In turn 3 and 4. Console trying to muscle his way through. Out of turn 4. Here's the drag race to the checker. And it's going to be Arsenberger. And a car length over Bob Console. Third goes to Jeff Dunbar in the VJ's Express machine. Race fans, Pepsi, the proud sponsor of our Pro Stand Glen Ball. Second row is Bob Sibla and the street stock graduate, Rick John. Keep your eyes on Rick. He'll be running the race of his life in his early career under tight. Out of 4, the green flag is unfolded. We are up to speed and racing. The drag race into turns 1 and 2 between Gold and Craig, and they continue side by side, wheel to wheel, fender to fender, no hitter, decal to decal, just still pouring it out there. Fender to fender, Gold gets up on them, but hangs right onto the groove, stays right with Craig and hits turn, and Gold has the upper hand. They go to turns 1 and 2. Craig dives down low, Gold stays high. They continue side by side. A tour battle in this first qualifying heat. Gold still to the outside of Craig, and now Craig momentarily moves ahead by half a car length. Gold hanging on to the outside, high, wide, and handsome. Out of turn 4, continues to rotate up on 1 and 2. They're working the turns 1 and 2. Ringo working the outside of the racing service. Bob Sibble in third, Ice in fourth. Falling back and forth, the bubble spot. Chuck Kennedy trying to take the bubble spot. From the 74 with Chuck, and he does. Meanwhile, Cragen breaks loose with the lead. Ringo settles into second. Chuck Kennedy running in 5th place position. A distant 5th is the bubble spot position automobile in this event for a top 10 position chance in the NASCAR official license souvenir 50-lap main later this season. Meanwhile, we turn our attention to the battle for the 3rd place spot. Bob Sibble holds on to it in the Martinelli service 63. He is being pressured by fellow Buckeye State driver Tim Ice. The Iceman looking to the low side of Sibble's car in the turns. Sibble right exiting out of turn 4. And the down to Martinelli service 63 continues to hold on to the 3rd place spot. Sergeant Johnny Cragen now begins to distance himself over the 32 on Glen Gold down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Tillage continues to look for racing room on Sybil's automobile. Here comes Chuck Kennedy. Kennedy has the wick turned up and begins to close in on this count of 4-3. As we work on the third, 1-2. On the back straight, it continues to be all Craig, and a battle shaping up for second, third, and fourth. Tom Sybil is starting to close in on Glenn Galt's automobile, and he's bringing Tillage straight with him. Back 7, 3 remaining. And Hopewell, Pennsylvania, Charlie Brady continues unscathed with the lead. Glenn Galt continues holding on to a strong second. But closing up on him is Bob Sidla. Sidla often commenting, the longer a race goes, the better this automobile handles. And he's making that move as he continues to close up on American title, first 32 of Glenn Galt. 65, the Tillage continues holding on to the back number to 63 of Sidla. As he runs in that fourth place spot. This time around, though, time and real estate's running out. As Sonny Graham takes the right side, 1 lap remaining. Glenn Galt in a distant second place position. And Bob Sidla just will not have the time to make a challenge on Galt's automobile. Chuck Kennedy, the bubble spot, all by himself in fifth place position. Here we go, under turn 4. It will be Cragen with the win. Second will go to Glenn Galt. Third to Bob Sidla. Fourth with the light. And rounding out the top 5 is Chuck Kennedy. The race fans, Charlie Cragen, Glenn Galt, Bob Sidla, Tim Ice, and Chuck Kennedy all have an opportunity. Steve Ellen. Moving on to the rear of the field is the 23 Audi. So keep your eyes on Audi inside third row in fifth place position. Your bump spot automobile. Here we go. Out of turn 4, the field comes up the green, and we are racing. Turns 1 and 2, Rick Miller takes right off of the lead. The Bear, Jerry McCarron works the outside, and here comes Rick Miller. Going to the low side of the Wolverine State Pilot. Cannot make the move, and McCarron holds on to second. Bobby Henry on the move, fades up high, trying to make that move. They continue a battle for the top 9. And this is fifth place position, an effort to challenge for the lead position. Down the back straightaway. Jerry the Bear McCarron the outside, and it is Rick Boyer working the low side of him. Henry tries outside, cannot make the move, and here comes the 75 of Audi. In the turns 1 and 2, Bobby Henry having a duel in the Hodge transmission. 77 Panera body machine. Little straight out of the record 75, moving the body machine of Audi. Audi Rich Hunters Pennsylvania Pilot still trying to work the low side on the 77 of Bobby Henry. Rick Miller is everything going his way. McCarron, meanwhile, continues to distant second, holding off the efforts of Rick Boyer. Jerry McCarron high in turn 3 and 4. Boyer begins to close right up on his back bumper. Jerry McCarron trying to hold off the 30 of Boyer. Meanwhile, Steve Pellis moving through the field, trying to get around the 36 of Tom Erickson for the 6th place spot. McCarron really pushing in the middle of the turns, but Boyer not able to take advantage of. Pellis gets crossed up. Dirt tracks the automobile, and Steve Pellis having to share problems this evening with relatively narrow hot laps. Out of turn 2. Six laps down, it's all Mitchell Sons Automotive Warehouse. Elwood Richter Carpenter install Jim Dolan Chevrolet machine of Rick Miller on the point position. The American Conveyor Belt 38 and McCarron still in a fight for second place position, trying to hold on. The Monstrous KFC 30 of Rick Boyer. Boyer meanwhile finds that the Hodge transmission. Henry Motor Show 77 is close right up to his back bumper. Does battle with for second place position. James Miller hangs on to it. Rick Boyer continues to look for racing room behind his back bumper. Bobby Henry right there running in the third place spot. Audi, your front position car all by himself in fifth place. The white flag, 1 lap remaining. They work everything 1-2. Second place spot down the back straight with a half a lap remaining. Boyer still hunting his back bumper. It's 77. Automobile. As we get the checker for Miller. We'll go to McGill. Third to Rick Boyer. Bobby Henry. 77. Top 5 is very Audi. So your top 5 automobiles locking into an opportunity And you know what's going on, and those you inside, if you don't, we're getting a little bit of the R word, but we're trying to go green. We get it, and we're going to open the refrigerator, pull out the mayonnaise, we're riding it on the front straight. Into turns 1 and 2, Miller hanging on with the lead. We've got a traffic jam looking like the Parkway out there down the back straightaway. Here comes Pastor Jackson Posky, shot out of a major-sized rubber band down the back straightaway. Flies up through this field. Oh no, up high goes the 66 of Mignon. Gets crossed up, we continue, green flag racing. Miller with an impressive run into point position. Jason Mignon hanging on to second. Sikorsky right there. They get together. We continue green flag racing. Here comes Mignon. Mignon into Mr. Stubbs Restaurant. Budweiser, 66, drink on it. Automobile moves to the point position. He brings the 30 of Jack Sikorsky right with him. Into turns 1 and 2 it continues. To lead Mignon holding on to the point position. Jack Sikorsky in second, has the wick turned up on the Keyway Supply. Chevelle begins to close in on the 66 of Mignon. They work, way up high out of the groove. Everybody doing a beautiful job of keeping control of the automobiles. Racing slicks on the pavement with a light rain barely letting the pavement down. Can make for some slipping and sliding, and here comes the rolling rock. 33 Komarinsky. He makes his move into the third place spot. Dale Hay Jr. into 15 trying to make a move on Miller's Road down the front straight. Jack Sikorsky now begins to close in on knock in the back. Pepper to 66 of Mignon. There's a battle for the lead in turn 3. Mignon on the high side, able to close the door on the salesman Sikorsky. Sikorsky tries to keep the door wide open. Out of turn 4, he does. And it's a drag race as we go into turns 1 and 2. Mignon to the outside of Sikorsky. Center to center, wheel to wheel, decal to decal. Sikorsky trying to get the upper hand. Down the back straightaway to Hooversville, Pennsylvania Pilot. Moves to the point position on lap 5. On the front straight, Jack Sikorsky continues with the lead as they work into turns 1 and 2. Jason Mignon through to his back bumper as they work down the back straight. The battle for the top 2 spots continues in turns 3 and 4. Sikorsky hanging on to Mignon, trying to sit up to the outside, not letting him run away with this battle for the point position. Into 1 and 2, Sikorsky works that low side as well as the 66 of Mignon. Sophomore pilot Jason Mignon and Jack Sikorsky, a graduate of the Pure Stock Division in his rookie season on the pavement. Sikorsky's seen some checkers already this season. 2 laps remaining. A battle in the back of the pack's a good one, coming by the flag stand between Greg Unruh, John Castor, and the 36 and Jeff Kemper. Into 42, those cars almost getting together half a lap ago. The white flags unfolded, 1 lap remaining for Jack Sikorsky. He works down the back straightaway. Mignon starts to drift up high, loses 2 car lengths on the back straight. And Sikorsky looks like he has command of the event. They work through turns 3 and 4. Here comes Mignon. He begins to close up, but he's running out of time in real estate. The checker will be unfolded for Jack Sikorsky. Second goes to Mignon. A distant third to John Komarinsky. All by himself in 4, J.O. Hay Jr. And running out the top 5 is Dave Miller in the 32. Like 57 of Jeanette, Pennsylvania's Marty Edwards. Here we go. Do we open up the refrigerator? Let's see what happens. The green comes out. We're trying to make it 3 wide, and we do down the front there. Alan Angelico having to back off. Bennick's automobile reacting to Bennick's antics on the front straight, and now he tries the low side once again. It is the 57 of Marty Edwards with the lead. Here comes Angelico into second. 3 wide, turn 3 momentarily, and a battle for the 5th place spot. Down the front straightaway, it's Edwards, followed by Angelico, and Paul Bennick with his hands full. 4 automobiles stacked up behind him. Brian Audi in a rows number 75. Breaks for the low side, and he brings the Holder Auto Repairs 72. Up Mike Henry right with him. Meanwhile, Angelica, the Outdoor Specialties, Tasco 55, dives on the low side of Edwards. They struggle for the point position out of turn 4, and the Wild Man takes over the lead. Into 1 and 2, racing tight for the top 4 spots. Now Ron Cole on a stake hard trying to make a bid for it. Angelico has come, and look at this. Brian Audi says, I'm going to take second at least. As they go into turns 3 and 4, Audi moves into the bridesmaid spot. Sets his sights on Alan Angelico, who's having problems exiting out of the turn. Brian Audi and the 72 Mike Henninger, those two cars dueling later this evening for track points in their feature event. Continue moving up through the field this qualifying heat. To the low side goes to Audi. On the 55, Angelico. Angelico in the middle groove. Still hanging on to the lead. Audi tries the low line. We continue side by side, wheel to wheel, lug nut to lug nut. Plenty of time in this event. Angelico, a long road to hoe on the outside of the racing service. Brian Audi continues to try the intimidating tactics of racing the low side of the driver's door. 55 machine Angelico. They work that fender-to-fender action out of turn 4. Mike Henninger looking for any miscue. And while that's all going on, here comes the Valley Truck and Trailer 25 of State College, Pennsylvania's Ron Cole. Cole begins to move up through this field. It's still fender-to-fender down the back straight in a battle for the lead. Audi works the low side of Angelico. Those two cars looking like they're on a pace lap out there. Down, turn 4, the front straight end. Audi breaks loose for the point position. The North Star from the 72 of Mike Henninger works the low side of Angelico. He struggles through to try to grab the bridesmaid spot. Now Audi goes up high. It opens the window. Here comes Henninger to the low side. Cannot make the move on Audi. Angelico wants to come right back up in this battle for the lead. Down the front straightaway. Again, it's 4 cars fighting for the point position. Audi continues on it. Ron Cole right there watching the action unfold in front of him. Down the back straightaway. Henninger says it's time to pull the plug in the bathtub. Drain the water, get out and get going as he dives to the low side. Audi. Oh, the window stays open. We get some contact and continue green flag racing. Mike Henninger goes to the point position. Brian Audi hangs on to second. After he and Angelico got together, Angelico still maintaining third. As a 25 of Ron Cole hangs on to 4th place spot. Exiting out of turn 4. Up high goes Angelico. Here comes Ron Cole, the white flag. 1 lap remaining. Working in the 1 and 2. Mike Henninger continues holding on to the point. Audi, a distant second place position. Third is Alan Angelico, and he finds the back bumper being closed in by the 25 of Cole. This time goes the checkerable unfold to Mike Henninger. Second goes to Audi. The battle for third. It'll be Angelico holding on to it over Cole. Rounding out the top 5 is Marty Edwards. So it's Mike Henninger, Brian Audi, Alan Angelico, Ron Cole, and the 57 of Marty Edwards. Out of turn 4, we're looking for 8 laps. Starter Ron Broad unfolds the green, and we are racing. Coming up to speed, the gear stops go into turns 1 and 2. They're running on those treaded street cars. Stock production chassis machines on the back straight. Conrad Personnel holds on to the point. Mark Griffith is in second. The high-tech hobbies number 1 today. Brunel, the flying sign painter, looking for racing room, is hung out to dry on the outside of the racing service. Boy, I wish the sky would do that too. As we continue, green flag racing down the front straightaway. Into turns 1 and 2. Conrad Personnel looking impressive in the past couple weeks. A rookie in this division continues to lead, but here comes another rookie, Mark Griffith. Griffith goes to the low side there, front and front. Oh, Dave Brunel trying to see it open in between 2 automobiles, and it pinches shut on him. Oh, my, Harry Flowers gets out of control up high. He's having real problems on the outside of his racing service. And Brunel is able to come up through the field. Don't look now, but the 65 Chevelle Tim Stump, the LaDroit, Pennsylvania driver, also has the buggy whip out and begins to whip the horses under the hood. He now is in the bridesmaid. Oh, we get together in the back straight. Continue green flag racing. Those automobiles out there in the pure stock division not bashful about trading paint. Larry Lee Henninger off the pace. Henninger in the motorcycle 36 will off the pace. He may have problems under the hood of that automobile. Like a radiator hose has become unclipped or something. He's spewing water out of the right front fender, it looks like. Meanwhile, we continue with the lead in turn 3 and 4. It is Mark Griffith on the point. The battle is for second, and there's 1 for 4th back there as Brunel works the outside of Presnell. Works down the front straight. Into turns 1 and 2. Dave Brunel moves into the 4th place spot. Begins to close up on the Steve's Auto Body. High-tech hobby. Hillside Auto Sales Machine looking for racing room on this battle for second. Currently, the Marcy's Hair Salon, 74 Rick Sheeler makes the challenge to the 65 of Stumps. Comes up, provides him the opportunity. Oh, Sheeler right close to the back bumper. Tim Stump's automobile. 3 cars battle for the bridesmaid spot out of turn 2. Rick Sheeler down the back straight trying to make the move. Tim Stump holding on to it. The classic 65 Chevelle doing the job, hold on to the bridesmaid position. Sheeler continues, they're tracking the automobile in an effort to get around him. Dave Burnell right there making things a little hard for these two drivers who are trying to make it 3 wide. It turns 1 and 2. Oh, Mabel, get out the mayonnaise, open that refrigerator. It's a sandwich, John Lee's pants, down the back straightaway. Here comes Burnell, and he takes over the bridesmaid spot from a 65 of Stump. Dave Burnell will set sails and head to the point position, but time and real estate's running out the white flag. For Mark Griffin, 1 lap remaining. Dave Burnell trying to close in, but he'll not have the opportunity. Meanwhile, Rick Sheeler continues working over the back cover to 65 Stump. Now Sheeler dives to the low side, Stump's automobile. They work side by side, wheel to wheel. Into turn 3 and 4, and Stump loses 3rd place on a 1/4 of a lap. Remaining in this event, the checker goes to Griffin. 2nd will go to Dave Burnell. 3rd to Rick Sheeler. 4th to 65 with Tim Stump. And rounding out the top 5 is Conrad Purcell. Sox has finished on tomorrow night with the 33 ride of Jamie Bergman. He was doing that here at Motordrome for the past few weeks, but he'll be running with his pure stock. Here we go. Field tightens up on a 4. The green is unfolded. We're up to speed in racing, and watch Sean Bean from the back of the pack. Green line looks like he missed the gear. Something's wrong with the automobile. He can't bring it up to speed. And the 28 of E moves immediately into the 3rd place spot as we work down the back straight. The Dickey Electric 24, Jimmy Bickerstaff Jr. out of Mineral Ridge, Ohio, continues on the point position. Robin Rimmel, who's come alive in the last couple weeks in this division, holds on to a strong 2nd, and the Bullets trying to move around here. Upton and Sons 22 of Robin Rimmel holds on to the bridesmaid spot. Sean Bean looking for racing room around here, trying to accomplish it down the back straightaway, goes high, and Rimmel's right there. Now Bean dives to the low side. They work into turns 3 and 4. Rimmel holding high, wide and handsome to the bridesmaid spot. Here comes Bean on the low side. Butch Turkus moving in to make it a 3-car battle. And Bean trying to wrestle away and take over the 2nd place position, accomplishes the pass in turns 1 and 2. Here comes Butch Turkus. Turkus moves down the back straight and moves into the 3rd place spot. Into 1 and 2, it is all Jimmy Bickerstaff Jr. on the point. As they work down the back straight, Bickerstaff holds on to the point position. Is there enough time for Sean the Bullet Bean to close in on Bickerstaff? 8 laps we're going, and there's up high to the wall goes Bean, and he's able to stay off it. 8 laps of distance, the cross flag signal 4 down, 4 remaining for Bickerstaff, still trying to hold on to this lead position. Here comes Bean, now within 2 car lengths, working into 3 and 4. Bean really begins to reel in the back bumper of the 24 Bickerstaff. They work out of turn 4. Bean extending himself, dirt tracking the automobile, trying to hold on to that bumper of Bickerstaff's automobile. They work into turn 22, very close to the back bumper of Jimmy Bickerstaff. The 2nd generation driver, Jimmy Bickerstaff Jr., holds on to the lead. Sean the Bullet Beam, also a 2nd generation driver, works to the low side of Bickerstaff, cannot make that move. This time around, race fans, Bickerstaff lights up the right rear in an effort to hold on to the point. Beam dives to the low side, 2 laps remaining. They work into 1 and 2. Bickerstaff right there in the middle groove. Closes down low on Beam's automobile and holds him off. Now Bickerstaff still with that car fishtailing as he exits on the turn to open up the window. Here comes Beam. He's trying to climb through the window, and Bickerstaff closes it on him. Unbelievable down the front straightaway to right front. We've got ourselves a horse race in about a 4 to lead. Beam dives to the low side of Bickerstaff, almost into the grass, trying to play lawnmower. Bickerstaff holds onto the car, power sliding down the back straightaway. Here comes Beam, race fans. It's Ford Chevy as we work to the turn 3 and 4. Sean the Bullet Beam elusive. Jimmy Bickerstaff just tracks the car out of turn 4, and it will be Beam picking up the checker over Bickerstaff. Butch Turkus finishes 3rd, and the distant 4th for Robin Rimmel. Chuck team who, after last Saturday night at Jennerstown, inside or the outside. That'll be critical to early position jockeying. Which line will move first? It'll be up to Kennedy and Gold. Here we go. The field tightens up in 3 and 4. We're going for 50 laps. Out of turn 4. The greens unfolded. We're up to speed and racing. Oh, down the front straight. And no. A beautiful job the competitors did avoiding any major miscue. Incredible race, fans. Up in 3 and 4. We're going for 50 laps. Out of turn 4. The greens unfolded. We're up to speed and racing. Oh, down the front straight. And no. A beautiful job the competitors did avoiding any major miscue. Incredible race, fans. Incredible. Can you believe that? Well, that was through it, unfortunately for Rick Boyer after 2 weeks of not being here, and it's right up back into the pits, but let's hope this is limited to cosmetic damage only on this automobile. Try it again. The field tightens up, going for 50 laps. It's up to Kennedy on the point. Outside of him, Glenn Galt, McCara, and Audi. Here we go. Field tightens up out of 4. Let's see if we get a clean one this time. Hold your breath. The green is unfolded. We're up to speed and racing. And look at this. The outside line moves with Glenn Galt for the lead. Audi trying to go between 2 automobiles. Look out down the back straight. And contrary to the belief, race fans, you don't get paid for winning on the first lap. They've seen each other quite a bit on the pavement. This should be an interesting start. And look at Miller and Cragen behind them. Let's try it for the 3rd time. We're green and racing. In a turn 1 or 2, Glenn Galt gets the jump on McCara. McCara fighting it out with Cragen down the back straightaway. Sergeant Charlie Cragen goes to the outside of Jerry McCara. Trying to make a move on him. Here we go on to turn 4. And it's Jerry McCara holding the low side. Cragen up high and third. Now Cragen goes side by side on the turn. They work through turns 1 and 2 in the battle for 2nd place. Down the back straightaway. Cragen on it. McCara hanging to the low side. Glenn Galt in the lead. 3 cars battling for the point position as we work down the front straightaway. Incredible battle for the lead position. Go in it. McCara to the low side. Cragen up high. Here we go. Through turns 3 and 4. Galt up high. McCara tries the low side. Cragen right there. Here. The 32 turns and Cragen hooks up to the outside of McCara. They're trying to make it 3 lines for the lead. Silent in the turn 3. Galt in the lead. Cragen working the outside of Glenn Galt. And Sergeant Charlie Cragen breaks through for the point position. Jerry McCara wastes no time, goes to the outside of Glenn Galt, and they're looking to get by him, and McCara breaks through for 2nd. Sets his sights on Charlie Cragen. Race fans look where Steve Pellis has moved in this event. Steve Pellis is a man on the move to the back of the field. The Death Mighty Pro 00 climbing up through the field early in this event as we work lap 5. Tries to strike on Glenn Galt down the back straightaway in a battle for the 3rd place spot. On lap 6, Ice moves low on Galt, and Tim Ice moves into the 3rd place spot. Here comes Rick Miller. Through turns 3 and 4. Charlie Cragen continues on the point, and Jerry McCara begins to close on his automobile. Tonight's running third is the strongest we've seen him on the field. And by the 792, Ice is beginning to close in on the 2 lead automobiles. through the field, goes to the left side of Snooky Williams, down the back straight. They battle for position in turn 3 and 4, and Williams denies the opportunity. So it's going to be by the Rowdy. Rowdy knocking on the door, down the front straightaway. Into turn 1 and 2, heavy traffic, and the battle will try to get around Snooky Williams. We continue down the back straight. Watch this in turn 3. Here comes Chuck Kennedy. Kennedy goes to the low side of Rowdy. Rowdy's trying the high side of Williams. And Chuck Kennedy, a man on the move. They're trying to make a 2-1 on the front straight. And look at this. It's a 1 and 2. Kennedy with an unbelievable low side move. Oh my goodness, Snooky Williams and Carly Thorne to the left and right, high and low. Moving up toward his course. Reagan continues to keep the car as they are not long. Brendo still holds on to fourth. Bob Sybil moving up through this field, closes to the back bumper. Danny White and Sybil trying to low side on his automobile. Come alive with this event. Begins to close up to the back number Jerry again. As we work on lap 14. It's the Iceman ready to strike to the low side of the Michigan pilot McCarron. The Ice works the low side out of turn 2. Down the back straight. It's a battle for second. Here comes Ice. They work into turn 3. McCarron denies the opportunity. Ice stays low. They muscle out of third. Ice on a wrestling match with McCarron. It's a drag race down the front straightaway. They work into turns 1 and 2. Tim Ice works out of work the low line of McCarron. And Tim Ice breaks through for the second place position. Well, the Iceman has had all kinds of problems in 92 at MOTORDROME. Doesn't look that way tonight. As he begins to his charge, closing up on Charlie Reagan. Reagan, who took the lead on lap 4 from Glenn, continued to hold on to it. Into the pits comes Dave Wade in his Avalanche 76 machine. Dave Wade into the pits. And it looks like he's going to pull out of this event a tough race for the Pittsburgh Plumber. Bobby Henry and Bob Sybil trying to close up on Rick Miller. Miller is your fifth place running automobile. Miller now tries to strike the low side of Glenn Gold. Continues running in a fourth place spot. Taking up high out of turns 3 and 4, continues with the lead position. Still trying to close in on Cragen. He gets around the left automobile. Snooky Williams. Williams continues off the pace. Down the back straight. Bobby Henry goes up to the back bumper of the automobile as they work in the turn 22. A three-car battle for the fourth place position. Williams pulls into the pit. How did he win? Snooky Williams gets that break for the certified list. Number 6 automobile. This battle for fourth races on down the front straight. Followed by Rick Miller, 77. Bobby Henry and the 63 of Bob Sybil. Glenn being pressured very heavily by Miller's 19 automobile. Tim Ice continues to try to, Ice gets the car sideways in an effort to try to close in on Cragen. Against the dirt track out of the turn. Charlie Cragen, dirt track in the automobile. Tonight, though, cannot close in on him. Here's the battle first fours. Watch. The 19 of Miller trying to low side of golf. They get together and we continue green flag racing. And winning this event. 25 laps down. Bob Sybil trying to make a move to the low side of Bobby Henry. Here's the drag race for fifth down the front straightaway. It's Miller in goal. And Miller goes for the outside. Michael gets going and brings back Sybil too. Miller moves to fifth, and Sybil moves to fifth. Bob Sybil now tries to close in on Rick Miller's automobile on the struggle for the fourth place spot. And it may be that Sybil might be one of the faster automobiles on the racing service at this point in the event. Tries the low side, cannot make the move. Out of turn two, Miller up on the high side, Sybil down low, trying to make that move in a battle for fifth. Make that third. Rick Miller right there, Bob Sybil trying to low line. Out of turn four, here comes Sybil down to the low side of Rick Miller. It's a struggle for the fourth place spot. Turns 1 and 2. Sybil still right that low side on Rick Miller's automobile. They go drag racing down the long back straightaway. Miller to the high side. Sybil down low. It's out of the turns 2 and 3. And Bob Sybil takes over the first place spot from Rick Miller. Here comes Glenn Golkack. Bob to the low side of Miller in the battle for fifth. Miller denies Galt the opportunity, but it's Bob Sybil now moving into the fourth place spot and setting sails on Jerry McCarron. Charlie Craig getting in the lap traffic will be coming up. It's too wide traffic in front of him. Craig will have to thread the needle through traffic. Rick Boyer and Mariotti continue two-wide battle. Boyer and Audi not giving an inch to each other. Battles over this side. Boyer gets to the low side. Break two. Here comes Cragen. Charlie Cragen on the outside of this racing service, moving up through the field. Trying to close in on Craig, cannot do it now. Jerry McCarron begins to close in on ice. Craig continues threading the needle through lap traffic. Ice running a distant second, McCarron in third. Gold, who had gotten by Rick Miller a few laps ago for the fifth place spot, is now hounded by Miller once again. Bobby Henry and Steve Tullis watch that battle in front of them as Bob Sybil continues to move up through the field, but time is running out. It's Cragen all by himself in the point position. McCarron begins to close in on Jim Ice. McCarron begins to close up on that battle for second place. Sybil holds on to fourth. Here we go in turns 3 and 4. Ice working that line. McCarron trying to close in. Sergeant Charlie Cragen with the lead. Tim Ice running second. McCarron trying to put the effort on him. Right now it's smooth sailing for Cragen. He continues on the point position. McCarron still trying to close in on Ice's automobile. And now Rick Miller battles to the low side as well. Round of third four. Here's the battle for fifth once again. And Miller takes it over from goal. Sergeant Charlie Cragen hooks up and flying with the lead. All his into turns 1 and 2. Too much for distant second. And Jerry McCarron trying to close in on Ice. Ice slides up high on the floor. McCarron unable to take advantage of it. Remaining in this NASCAR official license souvenir 50-lap main for the Gatlin's late model. Tim Ice now finds the McCarrans within striking distance to produce the battle for the second place spot. They go into turns 1 and 2. Ice goes high. McCarran tries the low side. working out of turn 4. This battle for second, Ice continues holding on to it. McCarroll trying to close that gap, and there was 2 laps remaining. Here comes this battle again for 5th. Wayne Gold trying to low side of Rick Miller once again. Caught up in lap traffic is the 63 of Bob Sidler. And Gold takes over to 5th place position. Remaining for Sergeant Charlie Cragen. This battle for fifth. Young Gold turning it back and forth lap after lap. They're in heavy lap traffic, and Glenn Gold continues holding on to 5th. Into turns 3 and 4, Cragen continues holding on to this lead with 2 laps remaining. Harmon Gold in the battle for 5th this time around. The white flag. 1 lap to go for Sergeant Charlie Cragen. He goes into turns 1 and 2. Cautiously drifting up high with a commanding lead in this event. Down the ninth straightaway. Less than a half a lap remaining. This time around, looking for the checker. It will be Sergeant Charlie Cragen to pick up the win. Second will go to Tim Ice. Third to Jerry the Bear McCarroll. Fourth will go to Bob Silver. Here comes this battle for 5th. Back and forth, and Glenn Gold will hang on to it. Checkered. And he can hear you now. Nice round of applause for Sergeant Charlie Cragen in the victory lane. Meg's printing trophy will be presented to Charlie by Jennifer and Danny. He is 9 out of 12 at Motordrome this year. Unbelievable. Finishing on the lead lap. It took 35 laps before we had the first lap automobile in the event. And Charlie Cragen having everything pay off in a season. It's just been a banner year for him so far. We'll turn it down to Joe Rolick. He'll have a few questions to ask Charlie and get the impression of Mr. Cragen. Okay, Joe.
Thanks, Mike. Sergeant Charlie Cragen, you did it again. Anything different tonight? I got to say the crew had the car hooked up perfect, and Doc has a good car. That makes the job a lot easier. That's the best car I ever drove, I believe. You know, Charlie, you're helping Mike out. He writes the reports that they send into the paper. All he's got to do is keep Xeroxing them. Well, yeah, I hope he keeps it up. I want to know, is there any truth to the rumor that the other late model drivers in the pits are taking up a collection to send you someplace else on Friday nights Oh, I don't know about that. I don't think so. They want me to keep me here so they can beat me. Yeah, thank your sponsors and the crew. Mention some names. Oh, we got Fred and Dan, Rick and Benny, and Willie and Dan Summers. Of course, Roger Scanlon and Doc. They put us in a good car, and the crew does a good job taking care of it. I couldn't have it any better right now. Charging Charlie Cragen.
Thank you, Joe. And Charlie Cragen, 9 for 12. And the 14 automobile is Greg Stasko. Greg Stasko, I should say, in the 14. Field tightens up. We're getting ready for the green. And we get it. We're up to speed and racing. First 1 or 2. Give Pat waste no time to shady side of hard drive and taking over the lead. Oh, down the back straight he is. Falls for the automobile. There comes Wilcox. Oh, Cole's oh, look out! Oh, watch out out of 4. No! Well, that was a lengthy lean job between Wilcox and his second. Oh, down the back straight he is. Falls for the automobile. There comes Wilcox. Oh, Cole's oh, look out! Oh, watch out out of 4. No! Well, that was a lengthy lean job between Wilcox and his 70 Give Pat. It looked like those cars, if they had bumpers on these things, you could have said they were hooked. But things never changed. They stayed together all the way through turn 3 through turn 4. You could see that one coming a mile away, and we're very fortunate to get out of this with less damage than we already have. Unfortunately, the car getting the worst of it is the 10 of Wilcox getting into the outside retaining wall pretty hard. Get Pat able to get his car underway. Oh, I thought we were going to have another step. It'll be Dave Hoff, the gentleman who's never seen the wheel of a race car until a couple weeks ago on the point. Here we go. Up to speed and we're racing. In the third 1 or 2, Fossil takes right off to the lead. Here comes Bob Archenberger into second. Down the back straightaway. Oh, up high goes Hoff. Brad Cole with nowhere to go. Down low to 25. Bill Krause, he cannot make the run either. Down the front straightaway, now Cole very hard. 20 Hoff. Meanwhile, the battle for lead, it continues to be the 50. Up Fossil, followed by the 26 Archenberger. Here comes Cole. He breaks in to the third place position. Fourth goes to the 25 of Krause. And now moving up to the top line. Yep, that mile. Bob Scott crossing the third, by some left automobiles, the 60 of Albright, and the 33 of Kusik out there. Counter's car going the lap down, and it continues to be Ron Johnson with the point position. For the lead continues. Rapid Robert Archenberger trying to work around the Bob Fossil down the back straightaway. Brad Cole's not able to close in on this. as of this point in the event as we work lap 6. Now here comes Arsenberger. This battle continues for the lead as they go to the high side of left automobiles. Bob Arsenberg desperately trying to get around the Costal Racing Center 50 of Bob Costal. And while they battle, it gives an opportunity for Brad Cole and Jeff Dunbar to close up on these two automobiles. Cole is slowly closing in this battle for the lead down the back straight. And he's bringing Jeff Dunbar right with him. Bill Croft is all by himself in the 4th place spot. Continues that race. And all the while the WBSC T-Sub 68 of Brad Cole begins to reel in the top of one of the power looks to the low side. Cannot make the move. They work through turns 1 and 2. We're now going to have a 4-car battle for the lead as we exit out of turn 4. Bob Arsenberger trying to work around the 50 at Costal. Here comes Brad Cole with the wing turned up. Cole begins to close in on this battle, and he's bringing Jeff Dunbar right with him. They go into turns 3 and 4. Up high goes Arsenberger. Cole to the low side. Begins to close up within a car lane. Into 1 and 2, it's still Bob Costal the third, hanging on to the lead. Bob Arsenberger running in second. Here comes Jeff Dunbar to the low side of Cole's automobile. Jeff Dunbar trying to move the low side of Bradley Cole. Now Arsenberger dives down low on Costal. The window opens up to the outside, but Brad Cole not able to take advantage of it. Still fights it out in the 3rd place spot. On the back straightaway, Jeff Dunbar continues to burn that low side on Cole's automobile. We work on lap 15, 10 laps remaining. Out of turn 4, Bob Costal hangs on to that point position. Arsenberger running second and Brad Cole, man on the move. He's bringing Jeff Dunbar, who continues to haunt the low side of Cole's automobile. Here's this battle for the lead down the front straight. Into 1 and 2. On the back straight, they're coming up on the left automobile, Larry Bahena. Bob Costal has it. Bob Arsenberger right there, trying to low side. Brad Cole up behind the back under Arsenberger. With Dunbar, there's 4 automobiles in the mechanical caterpillar going into turns 1 and 2. Exiting down the back straight. Costal desperately tries to hang on to that point position. Into turns 3 and 4. Here comes Dunbar. Dunbar trying to low side on Cole once again in the front straightaway. They work into turns 1 and 2. Bob Costal with the point position has all kinds of pressure behind his back bumper. Down the back straightaway, here comes Dunbar on the low side of Cole's automobile about a 4-3rd. They work into turns 3 and 4. Jeff Dunbar, man on the move, trying to low side of Cole's automobile. They continue side by side, wheel to wheel down the front straightaway. Into turns 1 and 2. Lap traffic in front of the 4 cars battling on the back straight. Vasco right there. They go into the turns. This will force the situation with Dunbar. Oh, what's going to happen? On the turn 4. Dunbar will be able to make the move. Down the front straightaway. Brad Cole, look out, almost near disaster. Those cars inches away from each other. Jeff Dunbar is able to move into the 3rd place spot. Dunbar will now set his sights and strike into the 26 Carlos Insurance Machine of Bob Arsenberger as they exit out of turn 4. Look at the long traffic we have in this event as the lead automobiles try to slice their way through. Down the back straightaway, Bob Costal continues on the point. We work out of turn 4. And it's Consul leading Arsenberger in the 1 and 2. Consul down the back straightaway. Holding up Bob Arsenberger. Greg Cole getting around Jeff Summer with the white flag. On the back straight. This time around, the checker will be unfolded. Bob Sprout, Consul the third, hanging on to it. Getting crossed up a bit is Arsenberger, but he'll hang on to second. Brad Cole is third, Jeff Summer fourth. And rounding out the top 5 of Wilson's fifth place position is Bill Proud. Well, Bob Consul's on an automobile. He can hear. But a nice round of applause for Bob Sprout, Consul the third from Connersville, picking up the NASCAR official license souvenir. 25-lap main for the Pepsi Pro Stocks. Picking up the big sprinting trophy in victory lane and being congratulated by Kerry Ritchie in this Motordrome Speedway.
Bob Sprout Consul. Bob Arsenberger was on you the whole race there. Could you feel him? Yeah, it's one of my motors, and I could feel it. I borrowed a motor from Charlie Myers, and I want to thank him for loaning me his engine because my engine's getting worked on, and if it wasn't for Charlie loaning me his dreamy engine, I wouldn't be here tonight. That's you loaned Arsenberger a motor, and you had to borrow a motor. That's I know it don't sound right, but it's the way it happened. I just want to thank Charlie and my pit crew and all my sponsors, Bob Mongel Car Care, everybody that helps me, and just want to give them a big thanks. One other quick question here. There's some rumors of you moving up to late models. Is that still on, or is that on hold now? Well, there's a new car being built. Probably going to be for late model, but we're just going to have to wait and see, how everything goes. And that's our plans, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, thank you. Bob Sprout Consul.
57 is Marty Edwards. 42 is Jeff Kemper. 22 is Benny Baum. And 88 is Randy Dietrich. The turn 4, let's see what happens. The greens unfolded. We are up to speed and racing. Oh, down the front straight. Henry Pump pulling the speed of Komarinsky. And immediately taking the lead is the 55 of Angelico. The pure Scott Thatcher in his rookie season holds on to the point position. Jason Mignon battles in second. 3 wide in the back of the pack. Here comes Ron Carlthrough up to the 4th place spot. Out of turn 4. Mignon tries the low side to battle for the lead. Down the front straightaway. All kinds of racing action going on, and we have a car spun in turn 3 and 4. A car to the infield has spun out to bring out the yellow, and it looks like Castor in the 36. Green's out, we're up to speed, and we're racing. Angelico holds on to point position. Mignon right on his back bumper. Jason Mignon trying the high side. And the college student from Pitt University still trying to make that bid on Angelico. Out of turn 4, a little bit of bumper tagging, but we continue. Green flag racing. Into 1 and 2, Angelico holds on to that position. Mignon right there, glued to the back bumpers. They work down the back straightaway. Ron Coral at third. Here comes Brian Audie. He dives to the low side of John Komarinsky. That'll pull forward, fully naked. Out of turn 3 and 4, Komarinsky sees the automobile right there. They're still side by side, wheel to wheel, down the front straightaway. And the struggle for fourth, down into turns 1 and 2. Audie trying to wrestle away fourth, and he takes it down the back straightaway. The battle for the lead shakes up. Here comes Cole to the low side of Jason Mignon. They work into turns 3 and 4. Mignon on the high side. And Ron Cole breaks through to the low line and finds himself running in second place position. Goes to the front of the field, down to the low side. And here comes Ron Coral, man on the move. To the low side of the 55 of Angelico. They work out a 4, and Coral takes over the point position. Oh boy, here we go in turn 3 and 4. The battle for the top 5 spots, and Jack Potowski now moves into the picture. Mignon, high, wide, hands up. And here comes the road slumber. 75 of Brian Audie drives the low side of Mignon. They're bringing Mike Henninger right with him. Jack Potowski trying to join in with this group. Down the back straightaway. This fight for third place spot. Audie dives to the low side of Mignon. They're working 3 and 4. Mignon denies him the opportunity. It's still Coral out in the lead of all this mess behind him. Into 1 and 2, Brian Audie able to break through, takes some of the third place spot, sets his sight on Alan Angelico. Mike Henry tries to do the same. To Mignon, they're working to 3 and 4. This time it's a struggle for the fourth place spot as we work on lap 7 of this event. And here comes Audie to the low side of Angelico. Into turns 1 and 2, and Audie trying to wrestle for the second place spot. He takes it away. Jack Sapowski coming alive in this event, goes to the low side on Jason Mignon. They work in a 3 and 4. Mignon denies him the opportunity. Dirt tracks that automobile, trying to hang on to it, and here comes the 30th Sapowski. This is the battle for the 5th place spot. Into turns 1 and 2, and Jack Sapowski trying to take it over from Mignon. Meanwhile, Henninger closes up to the back bumper. Angelico down the back straight. Sapowski takes over fourth on lap 9. Here comes Mike Henninger to the low side of 55 of Alan Angelico. And at the halfway point in this event, Henninger tries to wrestle through and takes over the third place spot. It's still Ron Coral on the point with a fast closing Brian Audie. With 72 of Mike Henninger in third with some distance to make up on Audie's automobile. Down the back straightaway, Audie in a battle for the lead with the 25 of Coral. Coral denies the opportunity to the salesman Audie. Audie knocking on the door, letting Coral know he's at the low side of this racing service. And a battle for the lead spot, we have a yellow, and it's Alan Angelico loses a wheel, or a tire comes off the rim. Let's see. Down the front straight. We're out of 4 and it's stopped. Yeah. Here we go. Out of turn 4, we're green and racing. Lap 11 restart. Ron Coral tries to stretch out the lead once again down the back straightaway. Audie trying to hold onto his back bumper. Brian Audie and Ron Coral getting together, and Audie loops the automobile down to the inside retaining wall and avoids any serious misses on the restart. It's Mike Henninger's turn to pick up on intimidating the back bumper at 25. That's Ron Coral to go into turn 22. Exiting out of turn 2, here comes Henninger to the low side. Coral denies him that opportunity. Time is running out for Heminger to hold an auto body 72 machine. He cannot make the move. Sadowski continues running his third. Moving up through the field, Marty Edwards in the Stonies Lake 57. Here comes John Komarinsky. Meanwhile, this battle for the lead is still Ron Cole. Mike Heminger on the low side on him as they work down the back straightaway. Cole denies the opportunity. Getting crossed up is the 66 of Jason Mignon. We continue. Green flag racing on lap 14. Only 6 remaining. It continues to be Coral with the point position. Here comes Heminger to the low side of Coral. They go, oh, they touched on the back straight. And Heminger gets the worst of it this time. Ron Cole says, no way you're going to intimidate me tonight. And continues in the lead. And this time it's Jack Sadowski's turn to take up the challenge on Coral. Jack Sadowski closes right up on the back bumper. Ron Cole. Can he deny another challenger? This is the third one in this event, and like the other two, here comes Sadowski to the low side. They dive into 1 and 2, and Ron Cole denies him the opportunity. On the back straight, here comes Sadowski. He tries the low side on Cole. Time is running out in this event racing. Meanwhile, Mike Heminger regroups his effort and begins to close in. It's a 3-car battle for the lead. 2 laps remaining. Oh, look at this race fans. Here comes Heminger to the outside of Sadowski. Down the back straightaway. 3 automobiles. It's 3 wide for the lead. Open up the refrigerator and throw the ice cubes out on that one, race fans. Unbelievable sandwich job. We continue the white flag. 1 lap remaining. Here comes Heminger. He goes to the outside. Cole dives down low in a last-ditch effort to hold on to the lead. Heminger down the back straight. Here comes Sadowski. Cole in the middle goes. And Heminger takes over the point position. They go on a third, 3 and 4. Ron Cole dives down low. Lap champion prevents him. And it's going to be Mike Heminger with the win. How about that one, race fans? What an exciting conclusion to the Stonies Light Street Stock. That's our official souvenir, 20-lap main. And Mike Heminger taking it on the last lap and an outstanding. We can hear now, nice round of applause for Mike Heminger coming alive in the last 2 laps of that event to pick up the check on this NASCAR official license souvenir event for the Stonies Lights Freestyle. So be presented the Beggs Printing Trophy in Victory Lane. And we'll turn it down to Joe Roick to get his impressions. Hemminger's, that is, of the event.
Mike, last lap and a half there almost went from disaster to the winner. Tell us about the incident there on the backstretch.
Sometimes you just get lucky, you know, and able to bring it back, turn it the right way at the right time. Just after you drop back a couple places, makes you push the car a little harder, and sometimes you just run a little better.
You know, they say the only lap that counts, that you lead the last one, and that's what you did tonight. So tell us a little about some of your sponsors, the guys that help you work on the car.
My dad and the whole Audi crew, you know, we wouldn't be here without them. Holder Auto Body and Black Specialty, they give us little things that really help out. JW Industrial and Rizzo and Son Contracting. And Andrew's Restaurant.
Seems like you picked up some points on Brian tonight for the point championship. How important is that point championship?
Oh, it's kind of important, but I don't mind finishing, you know, behind Brian. You know, he's a hell of a guy, and we just get along real good.
Thank you very much, Mike Heminger.
Let's set the field up for you. 22 is Robin Room, 24 Jimmy Bickerstaff, 65 is Ken Stumpf, 71 Mark Griffith, 87 Butch Strucker, 74 Rick Sheeler, 1 Dave Burnell, 20. Here we go, green flags out. We are up to speed and racing. Oh, look at this. This circus having problems coming up to speed. And we continue down into turns 1 and 2. Down the back straight, a flock of automobiles battling for 2nd through 7th place positions. Bickerstaff continues on the point. Jimmy Bickerstaff Jr., dirt track in the automobile, trying to hang on to this lead position. In the 1 and 2, all times the lead behind the 71 of Mark Griffith, the rookie in this division. Griffith goes up high. Robin Rimmel can't take advantage of it, but continues an impressive run in the top spots. Rick Sheeler works the outside of Rimmel's automobile. Here comes Sean, the bullet being the flying sign painter. Dave Burnell goes to the low side, 65, 10 stump. We have a sandwich shot out of turn 4. We continue green flag racing. Oh, 3-1, look at that. He's getting the car crossed up a bit as he and Stump decided to trade paint jobs for a little bit. Oh, we still have the refrigerator up in a sandwich shop out of turn 2 in the battle for a top 10 spot. And Burnell gets the best of it, and he brings Sean Beam right with him, but Burnell moves in a foot push. But Speed slows off the pace, race fans. Sean the Bullet Beam slows off, looks like he might have a left front flat tire, and brings out the yellow. Beam's car into the pits. He will not win tonight. The green comes out. We are up to speed and racing. And the turns 1 and 2 now down back. The long back straightaway. Sheeler in the 74 trying to make the move on Griffith's automobile as they battle for the bridesmaid spot. Exiting out of turn 4. Rick Sheeler cannot make the move. Griffith up for the pass. On the back straightaway, Jimmy Bickerstaff Jr. now has his hands full. Here comes the 71 of Griffith. Rick Sheeler right there, some nose-to-tail racing as they exit on a turn 4. Bickerstaff continuing dirt track in the automobile. The big electric 24 with Jimmy Bickerstaff Jr. on board, all kinds of pressure as they work out of turn 2 down the bank straightaway. Mark Griffith looking for racing room to the low side of the 24 machine, cannot make the move. They work into turns 3 and 4. Here comes Sheeler. Dave Burnell, the flying sign painter coming up. And we've got a 4-car battle with the lead. Sheeler crossed up momentarily. Burnell begins to turn up the wick on the high deck, Bobby number 1 automobile. They work down the back straightaway on lap 5, 10 remaining, and it continues to be Bickerstaff with the point position. The 71 automobile, Griffith tries the low side, and Bickerstaff power sliding that automobile all the way through the turns, continues holding on to the lead. Turn 4, Bickerstaff continues holding on to that automobile. Way up to the wall goes Rick Sheeler. And on makes the move. Mark Griffith doing a job hanging on to second. Look at this battle for the top 4 spots down the back. Oh, Don Bayer getting a baptism on the pavement. 3 wide in front of him. Bickerstaff goes up high. Here comes Canal Low. Oh, look out in 3. We continue green flag racing though. How about that one? Mark Griffith was bad luck situation, falls back through the pack. And now Rick Sheeler on the back, number of Bickerstaff. Jimmy Bickerstaff Jr. desperately trying to hang on for career first feature win. On lap 8, here comes the 74 Sheeler though. Sheeler dives to the low side of Bickerstaff. The 2 automobiles get together. We're still green flag racing. Bickerstaff on the outside, Sheeler down to the low run. They work in a turn 1 and 2, and Sheeler takes over the point position. Bickerstaff stays right there though. Here comes Dave Burnell now. Black flag, I believe, coming out for Harry Flash. The yellow is out. And Robin Rimmel slowing down. I never saw the instant. Looks like he brought up the yellow. In second, let's see what happens. The flying sign painter, Dave Burnell, running in third. Jimmy Friedline is fourth, the rookie, and Larry Lee Heminger in the top 5. In turns 1 and 2. Sheila tries to take off with a down and back straightaway. Over Bickerstaff's automobile on lap 9. This time around there will be 5 laps remaining. Larry Lee Heminger in the 76 and Jimmy Friedline in the 75 joining in this battle. Into turns 1 and 2, and Friedline has the wick turned up in the Mills Auto Repair Service 75. Works to the low side of the flying side fender Dave Brunel. Bush circuits crossed up. We continue green flag racing. Here comes the double L. Larry Lee Heminger goes to the low side of Brunel's automobile. He tries to struggle through for the 4th place position. In the turns 1 and 2, Bickerstaff holds on to second. Now the battle shakes up for it. Oh my goodness, Friedline works to the low side of Bickerstaff. They go into turns 3 and 4. Oh, look out! We're still not done. Ooh, some lawn mowing out there, and we're able to avoid some miscues. Bickerstaff is hot. Doesn't look too happy with this situation. And quickly tries to whip the car around and get it back into shape. Jimmy Friedline also involved when the green is unfolded. We are up to speed and racing in this final event. In the turns 1 and 2, Heminger begins to apply the pressure to Sheila. The marches Harrison on 74 continues in a point position. Here comes Larry Lee Heminger. The Banjo Matthews of Somerset County tries the low side, denied the opportunity, continues in the 2nd place spot. On the front straightaway, the double L continues to try to make a move on Sheila's automobile. Ranger now will fly side cannon. Now has the wick turned up on the high-tech hobbies number 1. He begins to close into this 3-car battle for the lead. Mark Griffith, Jimmy Bickerstaff, and Sean Mead in the middle of the pack trying to close up through to the point positions that they owned earlier in the event. Look at this battle for the lead in turns 3 and 4 with time running out. The 74 automobile and the white flag out is Rick Sheila with the point position. Larry Lee Heminger tries the low side on Sheila. Oh, and then the girl will continue green flag racing. Down and back straightaway, Sheila hanging on the point position. Heminger tries to make the last ditch effort, and Sheila denies him the opportunity this time around. We're coming up to pick up the checkered. It will be Sheila hanging on by half a car length over Larry Heminger. 3rd goes to Dave Brunel. This 5th floor is in 7 Bush Circuit. And rounding out the top 5 is Mark Griffith. That concludes tonight's racing activities. And we'll put...
Rick's out of the car, fans. Let's give him a big hand. The 12 of us that are left.
If not, we better.
Rick, I thought you were running away from me there. I know it's a little late and everything, but, well, 2nd win. How's it feel?
It's been a while. I never thought I'd be here again, though.
Gets a little long, a little frustrating at times.
Yeah, real frustrating.
That's the thing in sport. I've talked to a lot of drivers. I'll say it really gets frustrating towards the, you're not winning. Only one car can win every night. This division's pretty, there's about what? 5, 6 cars you think capable of winning every night?
Yeah, if something wouldn't happen to Sean, I know he'd have been right up there with me somewhere.
Okay, you want to thank some of your sponsors and your crew?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all my sponsors, Bill Audi, the Audi Racing team.